Welcome back to another video and welcome to the review of the Honda CR-V. Now this is the video I've been looking forward to for a while now because I've heard so many good things about the new CR-V, and with it having such a strong following in South Africa, it's quite an important one and I think people want to know about it. So starting off with what's new about the CR-V? Well, everything from the outside to the inside, the technology, the seating, the design, and everything like that. So starting off with what's up front, and up front there under the bonnet you've got a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine putting out 140 kilowatts and 240 newton meters of torque. Now those aren't the most impressive numbers out there, but I think that they're okay. I think we would have loved a 2-litre engine in here. I think we would have loved a lot more torque because this is a family mover, it's a holiday car, and it's something you're probably going to be towing around in, and I'm not sure if 240 newton meters is going to be enough, but we're going to have to wait to see what the people think about it, and whoever does take it on holiday, please let me know. But sending that power to the front wheels, so this is a front wheel drive car, is a CVT. So it's a continuous variable transmission, and this means it doesn't have actual gears. It's a band that works in a very strange way. It goes bigger and smaller, and it kind of allows the power to the engine like a gearbox would. It's not normally a fan favorite because of the noises that it makes and just the way that it responds in general, but I don't think that it's too bad of an option inside of this CR-V. I think it works nicely, and majority of the people buying this car aren't going to be petrol heads, so they aren't really going to care about what transmission is in here. As long as it does the job and you can select between park, reverse, neutral and drive, they are not going to know if this has got a CVT or just a normal geared transmission. So I think it's fine. It operates okay. I haven't actually been too put off by the way that it works here. It doesn't scream too much, but you do hear the engine and the CVT kind of working at higher revs and RPMs. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to put a black mark against the CVT in this car, but we would have loved a normal transmission, a 7-speed, an 8-speed, whatever the case is. We probably would have loved that, and it might have been a little bit better. And then onto the big elephant in the room, the pricing. So there's two options to choose from in this car. You've got the exclusive and you've got the executive. Now the range starts with the executive, starting off from about 960,000 Rand all the way up to 1,040,000 Rand for the exclusive. So yes, R1,000,000 Rand in 2024 for a Honda CR-V. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess as the review goes on, we'll start to unpack whether it's worth that amount of money or not. But for now, it is what it is, and we're looking at a Honda CR-V for 1,000,000 Rand. So what are you getting for your 1,000,000 Rand Honda CR-V? You're actually getting quite a lot. Now you're getting this leather interior. I don't think it's real leather, but you're getting a leather interior. You're getting 7 seats, so you're getting a lot of space, you're getting a lot of comfort. You're also getting electronic seats up front, so you've got so you're getting electronic seats. You're also getting seat memory function for the driver. The only thing I wish that it had was that it remembered to actually leave it in setting 1 or the last setting that it was in before the car was turned off, because it always defaults to a setting every time you get in and you have to hold it in to change. It's a thing. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, you've got comfort, you've got space, you've got electronically adjustable seats. You've also got heated seats, so both for the driver's seat and the passenger. So you're getting heat, you're getting comfort, and it's, trust me, it goes a long way in mornings like this that are this cold. But then onto some of the technology. You're getting a digital display for the driver. You're getting a huge, well, I'd say a huge infotainment. It's actually moderately sized infotainment up here. I just wish it was more integrated into the dashboard, because it looks like it has just kind of been retrofitted or just plonked on top there. But other than that, I really do like the way that the interior is designed. It's quite simple. The build quality is really good, so that kind of lives up to the Honda badge, so I'm happy to see that. I like that they've got the wood trim in here. I'm not normally a fan of wood trim, but I think that they've used a little bit of it, so I think that minimalism of it goes a long way. They've got this like mesh looking grille that also runs across the front of the dash, which I think is also quite nice, and it's in most new modern Hondas as well. And it kind of hides the vents of the aircon away, so they're hidden, but you've got these little toggle switches that move around. I really like that, and I love the way that it looks inside here. But through the infotainment, you can also do quite a lot. So you've got wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You can also view the 360 camera system that comes in this car. So luckily it's not just a reverse camera, but you can see all the way around the car. So it makes driving, maneuvering and parking really, really easy. But other than that, I kind of would leave the infotainment in the CarPlay or the phone mirroring, because I'm not too much of a fan of the way that the Honda system looks per se. But otherwise, I think that that's okay. You've also got a dual climate control here, and you've got a whole separated climate control, which is really nice. Tangible buttons and dials that you can turn. You don't have to dig through the infotainment, which is always a good touch. Then down in the center at the bottom here, you've got additional storage with rubberized at the bottom, so things don't necessarily move around and rattle. You've got wireless phone charging, as well as your CVT transmission and some buttons, so you can keep the car in eco, or you can take it out of eco. Just obviously it's going to take the throttle response away and make the car use less fuel, which is what you might do, because I'm currently averaging about 9.4 liters per 100 Ks. I haven't been driving too badly, but I've also seen around the 9s and high 8s when on the highway. But Honda does claim 7.4 liters per 100, which I'm not too sure about. I don't know if you'd be able to get it that low, but if you do, I don't think that it's too bad for the size of the car. But obviously it's not going to be much lower than that, because you do have a 1.5 liter engine trying to lug around this 7-seater SUV. And continuing with the buttons down here, you've also got hill descent control. So this is an SUV, so if you do take it off-road or on dirt roads and things like that, you are able to use the hill descent control, which is going to help you obviously go down the hill, or whatever the case is, slowly. You don't have four-wheel drive, so I guess you are limited as to how far and where you can go. But other than that, it's quite cool that you've got it. And then just your little handbrake. Further down there, you've got your cup holders, as well as a little storage bin over here. But something I'm not a fan of is this bin. Not the fact that there's a bin or there's storage, but just because of this. So yeah, it rattles up and down when you put your hand, or when you put your arm on and off of it. So maybe that's just this car. I'm hoping it's just this car. But on the other CRVs, just check, because I don't think this would be up to Honda standard, as well as a R1,000,000 standard. But once you are inside and you open it up, you've got a huge cavity, a removable tray, which you can put in any position that you want. There's no more USBs in there, but I think there is a little aircon thing. Is there? No, it doesn't look like it. So no aircon. It's just one big cavity. You've also got a cubby hole, which is quite small. You've got storage in the doors, which I think you will be able to have quite a nice big water bottle or anything that you might need for road trips. And just a standard audio system, which is actually quite nice. With it being standard, it looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 speakers, and it does sound pretty good. You've also got a panoramic sunroof, which is nice and big and lets in lots of air. And at the back, we spoke about the storage earlier and the space. You've got a 7-seater, and you are able to move the second row of seats backwards and forwards to allow you some more space in the back row for the kids that are going to be back there, because it's essentially for children. This is a family car, so you are throwing the kids into the back so that your friends or other adults can take the seats in the second row. It's obviously not built for adults, so don't expect an adult to sit there, although I will show you how I fit in the back there, who's 1.87 meters tall, which is quite a tight squeeze. But with you being able to move the second row forward, you are able to make and you can move around to make the adequate legroom that you need. And I do think you are able to find quite a good balance of legroom once you do move things around. And with those 2 seats in the back up, you've still got a little bit of storage in the back there. It's not a lot, but if you do put those seats flat down, you do have a little bit of a hump in the floor where the seats would go. It would be nice if they go absolutely flat, which unfortunately don't. So when you are doing your grocery shopping and things like that, you do have a little hump that you have to kind of lift your groceries and stuff into. It's not the end of the world, but it's just something that I noticed. And then for the driver, you've got a heads-up display that shows your speed and your direction, which I think is quite nice. It's also a really nice heads-up display. It's very clear. And then you've also got a really nice leather-wrapped steering wheel with some gloss black accents and paddle shifters, which I'm not sure why, because you've got a CVT. You don't really have gears to change between and move around, so I'm not too sure about that, but they're there nonetheless, as well as some buttons that you can use to adjust your audio and to navigate through the menus in the digital display, as well as to adjust your adaptive cruise control, because it's got it. So you've got adaptive cruise control. You've also able to adjust the distance between the cars in front of you as well, because it's obviously an adaptive cruise control. That's what it does. And you've also got the lane centering assist over here, which you can turn or toggle on and off as in when you need. So yeah, you've got some nice driver assist systems. You've got a comfortable steering wheel, and it is a very comfortable place to be in once you find the right driving position for you. And then onto the design of the new CR-V, and I really like it. I think that they've done a really good job with the design. It's definitely more of an evolution than a revolution, because in my opinion, you can still see that it's a Honda CR-V, even though it's been nipped and tucked, and you've given a whole new design, some new headlights, new rear tail lights. Although there's a lot of inspiration from other cars that you can definitely see, like hints of Mazda in the lights. You've got the big grille that you'd normally see on an Audi. You've also got the rear tail lights that are reminiscent of like parts Volvo, another parts Mazda, because of those three lines. So lots of bits and touches from other designs of other cars, but nonetheless it all comes together, and I think it looks really nice on the new CR-V. And depending on if you take the exclusive or the executive, you'll also get bigger wheels. So here I've got the top of the range exclusive model, so I've got the bigger 19-inch wheels, which look really good. Chef's kiss. And then talking a little bit more about the headlights. So yes, they do look really nice, but they're also very functional. So not only are they really bright, but they've also got the adaptive headlights, if I can call them that. So once you've got your high beams or your brights on, it will detect other cars coming and it'll shut them off and then turn them back on when the road clears up. So you've always got a bright lit up road ahead of you wherever you're driving. Now, if you're in the market for the new Honda CR-V or any other Honda, then go check one out on changecars.co.za. They're a website that sells new and used cars, but the best thing about them is that they vet and check every single dealership that sells cars on their website. So you aren't going to get scammed or get taken for a ride. The other great thing about changecars.co.za is that it's a hub for everything automotive. So you can watch car reviews, you can read articles, you can even do financial things, like seeing what you can afford per month through their monthly finance calculator, as well as even bringing them quotes from other dealerships that aren't on Change Cars. Not only will they match that quote, but they'll beat it too. And yes, you can search by price bracket, but here you can also search by what you can afford per month through searching via a monthly installment amount. So whatever you're budgeting for, you can search for that. So go check out changecars.co.za, South Africa's trusted platform for buying and selling cars. And they're also a proud partner of Greg Dennis Reviews. And then onto the verdict in the form of the GDR test. Should you get it, should you drive it, or should you remove it from the list of cars that you're looking at? Now for me, I would go and drive it. There's going to be a lot of Honda fans out there that are going to love the new CR-V, and they're going to want to upgrade what they currently have. I don't see a lot of new potential SUV buyers going for this car just because of the price. Now, going back to my other question, I don't think that it's worth the R1,000,000. I think this is a maximum 850,000 Rand car. So it's obviously been given the Honda tax because of all the Honda lovers, so they bumped up the pricing. But within this pricing, you can get a lot of other cars, which I'll show on screen here. And not to mention the Chinese brands, who are also coming in at 3/4 of the price of this, up to half the price of this, the same amount of value. They might not be 7-seaters, but you can still get a lot for that money other than this. So go drive this and see if your heart is with the new CR-V or not. So thanks for watching another Greg Dennis review. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned a little bit more about the new CR-V and what Honda has to offer. And if you did, please really drop a like below. And if you want to see more car reviews like this and other car related content, then please subscribe. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.